Boom. We are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're having an absolutely magical, sparkly fairy tale day today. It's great to see you all. Hope you're all being kind to each other, staying safe out there in this increasingly fucking crazy world that we seem to find ourselves in. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Throne of Exile, and specifically, we're going to be checking out their brand new track called Misdirect. So, I've got quite a bit of history with the Throne of Exile boys. Let me take you on a journey. So it was October 18th, 2020. This guy right here, ignore the cat jangling in the background, never work with kids or animals. It was October 18th, 2020. This guy over here was searching around the internet, trying to find some cool shit to react to, and he ended up stumbling across a track called Precognition by a band called, would you believe it, Throne of Exile, and that was on Chug Collective, who I'm pretty sure are still uploading things, but I think they've kind of fallen off a little bit. So instead of me describing what these guys sound like, what we're going to do, and it's something that I like to do on this channel a lot, is I'm actually just going to play you the song instead of me describing it. But if I had to describe it off the top of my head, I would say I would call it like progressive metalcore. So it's got like the harsh vocals, but they don't quite have the kind of same range and kind of like grimy, like kind of like swampiness and like kind of like harpy shriekiness of like of deathcore. Nice thick bass, and lots and lots of melodic sections, but melodic sections that really take off. They add a lot to the music. Huge instrumental sections. Everything breaks down and you can just hear the bass, and then there's lots of lots of guitar solos, but there's also some what I would call alien core alien core influences in there as well. A lot of like that kind of like finger tapping that you would hear in tracks by bands like Rings of Saturn and stuff like that. That's how I would describe them, but why describe when we can actually just listen to the track together? So I'm actually going to do something that I don't usually do. Most of the time when I'm just playing you a track just to kind of like get everyone in the mood for what we're going to be checking out, I usually just play the song. But in this situation, I'm actually going to drag the video over. The reason I'm going to drag the video over is because this is an absolute beast, an absolute monster of a performance video. What on earth is going on here? Bear with me, guys. Okie dokie. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is way too red. Okay, cool. Right, all right, let's do it. All right, that's better. That's better. Okay, someone was just off there. We could start again, but we're not going to. So yeah, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. So yeah, so we're gonna watch this performance video because it just makes me happy. So this was the first track that I heard by these guys all the way back in 2020. I fell in love with the band. Then I did a reaction to another one of their songs, which I can't remember, and then I done a reaction to their full EP called Dimensions Adrift, which is also really good. But yeah, this is still my favorite song by these guys, but the EP is just straight bangers. So yeah, without further ado, Throne of Exile, Precognition, playthrough video.
And
Oh. I've heard that song an ungodly amount of times. I mean, I don't want to say 100 times, but it might be 100 times. It's one of the finest songs of its kind that I've heard in the 3 years or however long it's been that I've been doing this for. I mean, I really just can't say enough good things about that track. But as you can see, my description was fairly apt. You know, I think I did a pretty good job of describing what the band sound like. That section as well, just the section that kicks in here. There's something about the way it builds, the way the guitars sound, the vocals. It hits me in the feels. I don't know why. I don't know why. I started to get a little bit moist behind the eyes. I still feel it right in the old cold dead heart. I don't know what it is about that track, but every time it reaches me on an emotional level. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's check out this new track. So I haven't even heard 2 seconds of this. So who knows, they might have went full deathcore. I doubt it. They might have went samba. I really, really doubt that. But I'm fairly sure that this is going to be absolute fucking fire from start to finish. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Misdirect, Throne of Exile. Let's go. You must be kidding me. You must be fucking kidding me. Why is my internet playing up now? We're going to have to go back a couple of seconds because for some reason a 1080p video at 60 frames a second is too much for my computer to handle. We're going to have to go back a little bit. Oh, clean vocals. Oh, let's go. Oh, Throne of Exile, ladies and gentlemen. Throne of fucking Exile. Whoa, that's not right. There we go. That was sick, man. That was really, really fucking sick. Okay, so a couple of bits I want to go back to here. So, okay, so what happened there was, so I was having a thought about these guys, right? I was thinking, I swear to God, but believe me or don't, but I thought, I wonder if we're going to get some clean vocals in this and not like kind of like creepy narration. They did a tiny little bit of that on the outro for Dimensions Adrift. Can't remember what that track's called now. But I thought, I wonder if they're going to actually throw in some clean vocals here, because it would really, really suit their style. It would just add a little bit more to the, you know, it would be the cherry on top of the already very, very delicious cake. And then, boom, they throw in some clean vocals. Let's start with the clean vocals. Let's see if we can find that. What a beautiful section. What a really, really beautiful section. That just these one of many things that I love about Throne of Exile is that they're able to just kind of strip everything back, turn off the distortion, turn off the the harsh vocals, turn everything down a little bit and let the song breathe, but at the same time not make it kind of too like kind of pretentious and wanky, so that, you know, like it would be like, you know, that because that's one of the that's a problem that I have with some progressive metal or prog or progressive metalcore, whatever you want to call it, anything that's got the prog tag in it. It can kind of get a little bit self-serving and a little bit like, wow, look how introspective we are. Look how, like, you know, experimental we are. We can turn, like, you know, we can do, like, you know, like a 3-minute section where it's just like boom, 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 you know, with some like, you know, kind of, I don't know, what would you call the sound effects in this? Don't know, it'll come to me later on, you know, but like you know what I mean. I think these guys get the balance perfectly between letting everything breathe but not kind of doing what black metal does. And so, because sometimes black metal, I'm not going to call anyone out, they can turn like what would be a 3, 4, possibly 5-minute track into like a 9-minute track just by kind of cutting back all the distortion or a lot of the distortion and just having the guitar kind of ring out a little bit, but making it ring out far too much and kind of just extending the song and making everything sound a little bit pretentious. These guys are just just perfectly just between slowing everything down, letting the song breathe a little bit. Wow, it's getting really bright in here. Holy shit. but also like, yeah, I'm not articulating myself very well. So kudos. And those vocals were beautiful. They were really, really nice. They fit the tone of the song perfectly. And there was an interesting rhythm to them as well. Like it was where I kind of thought he would like elongate quite a lot of the words. He kind of like cut them short a couple of times, and it was kind of like kept you on your toes. So that's a fucking great addition to Throne of Exile's sound, especially with he managed. I can only presume that was the lead singer doing those vocals, but it could have been the bass player, could be the drummer, who knows, you know. But I'm gonna say it was the guy that does, you know, the main vocals. He made them high register, but without it just exclusively you know, like coming right from the nose and just making it very whiny and very emo. Not that there's anything wrong with emo per se, but sometimes it's just it sounds like guys are singing exclusively from their nasal passages and there's no chest to it whatsoever. But he made them high register, but without sounding just kind of like, you know, mid 2000s kind of like, just kind of like, you know, kind of garbage emo type stuff, you know. And it still sounded like Throne of Exile. They still sprinkled in a little guitar flurries, and you could like the nice bass lines and stuff. Very good, very, very, very good. It's a great addition to their sound. And there's one more little section towards the end here that I want to get into as well. I should have written this down, but what are you gonna say? This is the bit that I want to talk about actually right here. I just noticed as well is that there was actually some harsh vocals mixed in with the cleans there as well. I noticed that on the second listen. That's really, really cool as well. Not just making it like as just like one bit where it's like, okay, I'm gonna sing, and now I'm just back to the false chord or the fry vocals. I've been learning more about vocals, but I'm still not. I still can't quite hear the difference between false chord and fry, but it sounds like he's doing mostly fry. But anyway, but this bit here, the kind of sinister, almost blackened sound effect in the background adds it's good. Let's check it out. Yeah, that kind of ah, which is what it sounded like to me anyway. Why is it suddenly decided to get so fucking bright out here, man? Look how it's like the pearly gates in here. Fuck me. Okay, yeah, that kind of like, I know obviously that wasn't blackened progressive metal. It wasn't blackened deathcore, but some of those sound effects were the kind of like almost kind of like chanting. Well, not chanting, but it sounded like vocals, but it sound effects towards the end. Added just another layer to their already really good sound, made it just kind of a bit more creepy and imposing towards the end of it. That's never a sound that these guys really go for that much. They never really sound particularly like over the top menacing, but that sounded kind of sinister towards the end. I thought that was really, really cool. So to sum up, I fucking loved that. These guys have got their sound. This sounds like it could easily have been on Dimensions Adrift, and that's not an issue. Some bands can change their sound massively. They can change they can change, like, you know, the tunings. They can change the plugins. They can change. Sometimes bands change their entire style. But these guys are more just kind of expanding their style. Like I said, that could have easily been a track off Dimensions Adrift. But that's not a bad thing in my book. It doesn't, the progressive metal and deathcore especially, because I listen to mostly deathcore, there's a lot of room for experimentation in there, but sometimes, like, the bass sounded pretty much the same, the guitar sounded the same, the song structure sounded the same, the vocals sounded the same, apart from the cleans. But that's not to say that they're stagnating. That's to say that they found their sound. They know what they want to sound like, and then it's like, all right, boys, how can we add? How can we add more to this? Can we expand this a little bit, but while still actually staying true to our, like, you know, our sound, so to speak. And they've done that. Loved every single second of it, and I cannot fucking wait to hear what these guys have got in store for us next. Yes. Big tick. Nicely done, Throne of Exile boys. So, as per usual, down below the video, down below in the description, you will find a link to the lyric video that we just watched. You'll find a link to the band's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever else I can find that they've got. You'll find a link to their any merch that they may have. You'll find a link to their, you know, where you can stream us on Apple Music or Spotify or blah, 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 blah. Link to their YouTube channel, so on and so forth. Please, 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 with a gigantic cherry on top, scroll down, click on every single one of those links. Give them a follow on YouTube. Give them a follow on Facebook. Do you call it a follow on Facebook? Whatever. Click all the relevant buttons and continue to support these guys, because they really are one of my favorite bands on the scene. They're doing their own thing, which I think is fucking fantastic. And I just want to continue to hear more shit from these guys. So the best way we can make that happen is, you know, obviously me making reaction videos, but you guys watching this video, all 5 of yous or whoever, but big ups. Click on every single one of those things, buy some merchandise, and if you happen to live in the States, go check these guys out, because I would have already been to see these guys live if I wasn't in, you know, not so well. I was just going to say sunny Scotland, ironically, but it's pretty fucking sunny today, as you can see. I would have been able to see them. I'm rambling at this point. Go support them in any way you can. One more time, Throne of Exile, Misdirect, absolutely fucking loved it. Go stream the shit out of that. Do whatever you can to support the band. Love you all very much. Take it easy, and I'll catch you later. Peace.